In education, and you know this better than I do, education and financial security really go hand in hand. When we look at the distribution of education, we find that 39% of households with children that are low income have some college or more. 80% of households that are not low income have some college or more. And the opposite is true. About 25% of low-income households in the United States have less than high school, and only 3% of non-low-income households have less than high school, which is all the more reason to pat yourself on the back for this focus on education. And the final piece is access to banking services. This has become an increasingly important issue, and what we find is that more households with children are unbanked or underbanked, particularly when it comes to holding an interest-bearing account, than households in general. As we know today, a credit score is the absolute critical entry point into the economy. Having an account in a financial institution is a critical way to build that credit score. So this is a big area. So, as I said before, this country faces a huge challenge with asset poverty. Our creation of CFED, or the Children's Savings Account Demonstration, was designed to test one approach to moving families out of poverty and to help break the intergenerational transfer of poverty from family to family. And I would like to share a little bit of what we have learned. This is a picture of our seed savers in Beyond Housing in St. Louis, fourth grade class, all of whom have their own savings accounts. CFED, as I said before, is a national demonstration with the aim of building universal asset accounts started at birth. They are seeded with an initial deposit, and then that's matched over a lifetime. They're restricted to uses of financing higher education, a small business, home ownership, or retirement. And we've established more than 1,000 accounts for children from preschool to high school age over a 4-year demonstration, working with 12 community partners varying from the Cherokee Nation to low-income housing community, Austin, Texas, to an inner-city charter school in Philadelphia, to a program sponsored by Mile High United Way in Denver of kids aging out of foster care. So what have we learned? We find that children's development accounts can improve a family's opportunity for economic mobility. We've seen that children with accounts as low as $3,000 in savings graduate from high school at higher rates than those without, and that they provide low-income Americans with the incentive and structure that middle and upper income Americans take for granted. We find at every age cohort that having a savings account changes expectations for the future and aspirations. There is nothing like sitting in a third grade classroom and seeing these kids with their passbooks talk about going to college in neighborhoods where the high school graduation rate is 42%. And it is a transforming experience to see. It changes the expectation of the parents, which then have an immediate impact on the children and have clear aspirations for finishing high school and attending college. And we've also found that even the lowest income people can build a significant balance in this account. Within 3 years, the average seed saver, and these are people at 100% to 50% of the poverty level who are part of this demonstration, saved more than $1,300 in this account. We've modeled this out in a range of ways, but over the years we've discovered that low-income families can save about $20 per month, and if we just match that one-to-one, that's saving $14,000, which is a very significant place to begin when you're looking at higher education. Here's some other savers from San Juan. So, how do we take this learning and how do we use it to build financial security for all families, including children, as a foundation for a better future. Over the past decade, a national movement to promote asset building and financial security has sprung into life in this country. And to me, it really mirrors the extraordinary increase in people focused on early learning. They're very parallel. In 1977, when CFED started our first demonstration, the American Dream demonstration, to test that low-income adults could save with an individual development account, there were 3 match savings or IDA programs in America. Today, there's 600 organizations offering IDAs to over 73,000 Americans. But individual development accounts or IDAs are just the starting place for a rich array of other services that range from access to fair and affordable banking products, to assistance applying for public benefits, to expert volunteer tax preparation to access the Earned Income Tax Credit, to training on how to start or expand a business. Last September in Washington, D.C., CFED gathered the largest group of stakeholders in the field, 1,200, all who spanned the 5 fields which we're most proud of, from financial security to home ownership to healthcare to education to business development, all of whom expressed the belief that the time had come to really turn this into long-lasting policy. The good news is that the state of Washington and the Seattle-King County area is a standout in this field in terms of innovation, collaboration, and policy change. CFED has had the great fortune of partnering with the Washington State Asset Building Coalition, which since 2007 has been part of our National Assets and Opportunity campaign. The coalition is distinguished by the breadth of its membership, over 50 organizations who all play some role in strengthening financial security, the quality of the services delivered on the ground, and the success of its policy advocacy to create a vibrant infrastructure and financial foundation for asset building products and services. The state is also unique in the invaluable leadership and management role played by the Department of Community Trade and Economic Development. This is not replicated anywhere else in the United States, where a state department has played the leadership role both in providing staffing assistance and in providing resources, financial resources, to help build this entire field. They have funded individual development accounts, they have funded EITC campaigns, and they have created one of the most effective innovations in the field. And it's really a simple idea, an idea that really replicates what Vonetta has done with the Foundation for Early Learning, which is to fund local asset building coalitions that deliver services in an integrated way that match the way people's lives come together. And they fund the coalition itself, not one organization to make everybody play together, so that you have services that range from preschool to financial investments, all working together in one community. There is